Hello, DDP Yoga Warriors, friends and family, Tenacious T, Travis Roberts in the place to be, calling out you live from the Dakota Budokan Dojo in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So, today I want to talk a little bit about a subject that was the topic of conversation at a DDP radio show, ddpradio.com, a few weeks back. On the way down, as I was going down to the DDP Yoga Performance Center down in Smyrna, Georgia. That's about navigating negativity. So, in today's world, you do not have to go very far to find negativity. You go to any smart device or computer or TV or newspaper or radio that's got news on or whatever, or listen to your neighbors, coming to you about, what those people are doing, and you're finding something about, people who are news junkies, whatever else, come over to say, talk about what they saw or what they heard or whatever the case is. You find negativity all over. It's everywhere. And it's very much can weigh you down. With all this negativity, it's really easy to get caught up in all the negatives, it's everything that's wrong with this world, and get bogged down by it and say there's nothing that can be done. And say, well, I'm going to be outraged. Everybody that, today's world, today's media, everything's built on outrage. From our political climate, whatever side of the aisle you're on, there's plenty of outrage to go around. I'm not the one that's going to sit there and take one side or the other at this point. But corporations, your city, state, local governments, your neighbor, your people doing stuff around you that you don't like, the flavor, the thing of the moment there, the mass shootings, the individual shootings, the cop shootings, the cops that are getting shot, the child abuse, children getting shot. Like I said, I can go on, but I think you get my point. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to get caught up in that negativity and get outraged and say, oh, it's horrible, it's terrible, it's awful. I'm so disillusioned with this world because there's so many horrible, atrocious things that happen in this world. What is this world coming to? We should just end it all and be done. Or, there's no hope for this society. There's no hope for this, this life. What can I do? All that talk, all that negativity happening can cause you, it turns in on yourself. Eventually you go in on yourself and you say, I don't have money in my account. I don't have money to feed my family. I don't, my job is horrible because all these people are cranky and horrible and people are so abusive, or I'm overweight, I'm not strong enough to do this, I get winded playing with my kids, I don't have time to do the things I like to do, and you keep on finding more things wrong, and you get more and more down the rabbit hole of negativity, nurturing that negativity. And what does it get you? What does negativity get you? More negativity and more staying in one spot. Or maybe even pulling you back a little bit further when you were before, which in turn gives you more to be negative about. So, here's the challenge for you. Whether you do DDP yoga or not, it doesn't matter, is be positive. Find the positive in this world. Start with yourself. Find the positive in yourself. They talk about, in all the self-help books and feel-good little, The Secret and all this stuff there. Always talk about gratitude. Appreciating what you have and being grateful for the good things in your life. But they only say that because it's true. If you can focus on the good things in life, it's not the saying that you don't have some things that need to be worked on. Notice I'm not saying bad things. There are things that can definitely be improved on. That one little turn of phrase there, saying, oh, this is bad, this is horrible, is there, I can make this better. Changing it from an I can't to an I can. And then once you build that up in yourself, and this is the biggest thing, this is the biggest thing that DDP yoga has kind of given me. It's not just a matter of getting myself fit, going from 270 pounds down to 195 and getting fit, becoming a DDP yoga certified instructor and whatever the case is. That's all great. And I'm glad for those accomplishments. The bigger thing it's given me is making positive changes and moving towards goals each and every day, slow or fast. And there's some things I still need to work on. I am not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Do I get mad? Of course I do. Do I get frustrated? Do I lash out, get angry once in a while? I wouldn't be human if I didn't. But do I stay that way? No, I don't. I take a breath. I engage my body and engage my mind up here. Then, thinking, hey, what can I do to make things better? Calm myself, make it better, and then move with purpose towards it. And once I start moving towards it, looking towards achieving bigger and better things. My goal back in the first of the year was to get down to the DDP Yoga Performance Center. I was going to try to get down there in March. You know what? Didn't happen. Stuff happened, didn't happen. Was I throwing it in the air and saying, it's not going to happen? Or did I try again and put more positive out there? It's going to happen sooner or later. Unfortunately, stuff happened where I was able to go down to the Performance Center and work with Diamond House Page, Stevie Richards, Garrett Sakahara, see Christina Russell, Dylan Frymore, all those guys. I know some of those names may not mean a lot to some of my friends and family there, but just know that I got to work with really great people and had a great time being down there in the Performance Center, being with people that promote positivity and making positive changes in people's lives, their own and others. As many people as you can. And that's what I try to do nowadays with as many people as I can, is to make positives happen. pull positives from people, or put positives into, not just pull them from people, but put positives into people and watch it grow. And that's the challenge I'm giving you right now there, is find the way to make positives happen, not just with yourself, but with the people around you. Because when you engage, one thing that you can do when you're engaging muscles, how big of a difference there is between this and this. From pushing somebody away to grabbing somebody and pulling them in. And including somebody instead of pushing them away and keeping people out. Learn to be positive. Learn to love. And that's the hardest thing to do for a lot of people nowadays, is learn to be positive. I'm not saying don't be, you can't be outraged at things, be outraged of things that might be happening around you. Don't stay there. Don't feed that negativity and stay in that negative spot, or keep focusing on that negative spot. Because if you keep looking down at that spot right there on the floor, and you're looking there and you are focusing on that one spot, guess what? You're not moving. You're focusing on that one spot right here. You try to even look down, now try to move your feet, and you're shuffling. You notice that you're shuffling. Now, look up, look forward, now walk forward. Already, you're moving. You're moving a lot faster than you were, and you're moving forward. You're moving somewhere meaningful. Do the same thing with your positivity. Power of positivity is not just a gimmick. It's not a self-help. It's not a self-help book. It's not a wrestling gimmick or something that is just kind of touchy-feely, sort of magic rainbows and unicorns. It's something that's simple and basic, and at the same time, the hardest thing that you can do is to pull yourself from being negative to being positive. Maybe start with something simple. Start with going out, going up to somebody you don't know, and saying hi. And smile with a smile on your face. And if you get to that point, maybe the next level is go out to somebody and shake their hand. Warmly greet somebody. And if you get that, the next level behind that, if you can do that, if you got that, maybe you want to take it to the next level. Go out and give somebody a hug and say, hey, how are you doing today? Because it's that little thing that you do there that may make that positive change in their life. So then they can get better, and they can then turn around and continue spreading that positive to more people. Like attracts like. That's science, Liz. Like attracts like. Negative attracts negative. Positive attracts positive. Again, not a touchy-feely self-help book, mystical, guru yoga, stand on one leg and namaste it. No, it's science, it's fact. Not that there's anything wrong with yoga stuff here. Don't get me wrong. There, if that's the way you get to the top of the mountain, there, great. But being positive, don't you get a lot more out of being positive and thinking positive and moving positively than being focused on what's bad and negative and wrong with this world and focusing on everything that's wrong right now and not moving towards something better? Maybe you have, maybe life is, that 10% of life. Life is, Diamond Dallas Page says, life is 10% of 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you react to it. It's true. So maybe that 10% you don't have it, you lost your job. You're behind on your bills. You are, somebody sideswiped your car, or you got a big unexpected bill, or somebody, your dog ran away, your car broke down, you are a bad country song, in motion right now. Okay? Are you going to sit there and wallow in that country song and play another verse? Or are you going to stop the music, change the channel to something a little more positive, and start making stuff better? Is it easy? Do you have to change from this to happy, skippy, whatever, and throw sparkles everywhere? No. But can you step up and get a smile on your face? Can you straighten your body up and breathe? I think everybody can do that. If you can't, go to the doctor. So call your doctor, get yourself in line, and focus on your breathing. That's a start. And then start building on it. What positive things can you do in your life? What positive things can you do in other people's life to make this life better? That's the challenge I'm putting out to you guys right now. You don't have to be a DDP yoga warrior. It's cool if you are. You don't have to be. All you have to do is walk out your door and ask yourself the simple question, what positives am I putting out in the world today? What great things are going to happen to me today? Look for that positive. Be that positive. And if you can do that, if you can own this day, no matter what happens to you, if you can breathe, you can engage your muscles, engage your mind and be positive, you can move with purpose towards being positive, and if you can keep on working towards achieving being positive, like I always say, because it's true, you will own this day and own your life. Bang! See ya!